My ancestors were some of the first ones to come to Canada, and some of them were shipped from Port Royal, Nova Scotia to Quebec, and some of them went on to Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia. In the deportation, before the deportation, they had felt things were uneasy at different times, and they were asked to relinquish their faith to pick up the faith of England. And they refused a number of times, but in 1755, they were given an ultimatum that either they changed faith or they would be deported. And so a lot of some of my ancestors were imprisoned at Fort Beausejour, and some of them ended up in Louisiana. Some of them ended up in northern New Brunswick because they escaped with the Aboriginal people. And so when I was young, it's almost like in the Acadian culture, there is this mistrust, and it's a very, very deep mistrust. So people don't even know it's there, but there's this deep mistrust. There's a deep resentment. Because when my parents were young, my mother had a French last name, but going to an English school, and she was beat up, she was persecuted, she was given the strap by the teachers, like she was really not treated well. And so in that part of our province, a lot of them went from Auguste, who was my great-grandfather's name, and he went from Auguste to Angus. And they changed their names to English names to assimilate with the English so that they wouldn't be persecuted. But now it's turned so that it's a full circle, and now it's almost the other way around in our province, where the English are feeling like they're put out because of the bilingual thing. So there is a little bit, not very much, but a little bit of tension between French and English in the way of if you're totally bilingual, you'll get a better job than if you're only English or if you're only French. But because English is so prevalent, there aren't that many people that cannot speak English. So there's that, and also there's a lot of fear because of the deportation. There's like a generational fear in amongst Acadians, and a lot of Acadians don't know, but they're very fearful, and because of that, sometimes I know in my family they tried to control because there was fear, but the fear really stems from the not getting rid of the past and walking in our freedom. So we walk in our freedom, the fear just goes.